Hi, I'm Anietie, and I am here with Diana Roehl of Diana School of Yoga, and I'm here with Rachelle, who is a longtime student of Diana, as am I. And Diana's amazing. She does yoga, and not only does she teach us the postures, but she also teaches us the philosophy, the lifestyle, and she has so much to share and to give to students and our community. So, Diana, we want to hear more about you today. Tell us about you and tell us about your studio and what you have coming up special.
Okay. Well, I started out teaching aerobics, and then they asked me to teach an abs class. And I said, sure. And they said, it's 30 minutes. And I had just gone through a training where they said, after 15 minutes, you don't get any extra benefit from doing crunches. So they said, well, you can just do stretches. And there my journey began. And I started teaching yoga. I was the first person to bring yoga to the YMCA in downtown Fort Worth. I've taught at many places, private sessions. I've taken hours and hours of training where I found out the importance of the philosophy of yoga, which you were just alluding to. And I try to give that to all of my students as well. So they said, do you teach teacher training? No, but what I do is I teach my students. And I have had so many of my students become teachers that it is just, it's amazing. And it warms my heart to know that I have the ability to inspire other people to teach yoga, and especially women of color, because our demographic needs it, because we have higher rates of stroke, heart disease, and diabetes, and so many things. And I'm diabetic also. And my sister's partner says she's amazed at how healthy I am for as long as I've had diabetes. And I'm sure much of that goes to the fact that I practice yoga and I keep my blood circulating and I keep my body circulation, my mind, spirit, and body recirculating and bringing in fresh, amazing entities to myself, which is basically what happens when I have my boot camp. I will just lead right into that. We call it a reset. So everybody needs a reset. Your computer needs a reset, your TV, your washing machine. Why don't you not think that your body would need a reset? And so I go in, we do a detox yoga practice. We eat whole foods. I'm not the one saying, well, people say, well, can I eat bread? Yeah. As long as you're eating healthy food, it shouldn't be a problem unless you have some other type of medical issues. But eating whole healthy foods, no preservatives, no chemicals, and your body's able to process that in a better way. I'm also teaching pranayama, which you may not get at a lot of other studios, but it's called breath yoga. And we do that so that we can have a clear head, a clear way, and a clearer path to enlightenment. We also, in this boot camp, we have sweat therapy. One of the more important things that we do is we have journaling. People learn so much about themselves through this practice of journaling every day about how they're feeling, how something affected them or not affected them anymore. And we like to see, at the beginning of the boot camp, I like for people to write down, what are your expectations of this boot camp? And then at the end of boot camp, we review that and see how successful or unsuccessful that venture was.
I love this. It is boot camp, y'all. Now, boot camp comes in all types, right? You got, weight training and running and just all kinds of boot camps, right? Just for workout, for cardio or whatever. But this is yoga boot camp, right? And although it is yoga boot camp, yoga can be difficult. And I feel like this boot camp is hardcore, but it's also like easy because you can make it what you need it to be. Like, because that's what yoga is. Like, you modify and you make it doable for you. So, Diana is kicking off her summer boot camp. It is coming up, it is starting tomorrow. So, we are right on time. And it's going to be an amazing practice of 5 days, right? 5 days of doing detox yoga, eating
Yeah.
healthier, right? Doing the pranayama, the breath work that we know is so very important for just clarity, for energy, detoxing, sweat therapy, journaling, all of those good things. And so I've done the boot camp before. It was such a blessing to me. And Rachelle has done the boot camp as well. Rachelle, tell us about your experience with the boot camp. Like, how long have you been, first of all, practicing with Diana? And I think you've done this boot camp more than once, right?
I have been practicing at the studio since 2009. And to be honest, for probably the first 10, 12 years I was there, because that's it's coming up on 16 years now. But the first 10 or 12 years, I probably did the boot camp 3 times a year. Donna normally does the boot camp um, 3 times during the year. Um, I would sign up for all of them and make all of them, and it really helped me. What I find is that a lot of people either come to yoga or even show to the boot camp because um, they know they need, like Donna says, that reset or something is going on in their lives. I remember one year a man came because his son had passed away and he was grieving. So, over the years, I've met many people who've come to the boot camp for different reasons. For me, it was a body reset. Like Donna was saying, um, I have thyroid issues. I have to, I don't have a thyroid, so I don't have an active metabolism. And I struggle with my weight after I did the radiation. And so for me, the boot camp was a time for me to reset myself when I was not eating like I should. For the most part, I eat pretty clean, but the boot camp and the diet and all the things that go along with it, and also the journaling, um, it just really resets you and sets you to like a refresh. You know, Don always used to say, like doing boot camp, if you eat something bad, then follow it up with something good. And that those messages and little things like that that she has told us for years, um, I have practiced that. I mean, it's been drilled in my head, even in my life and in my work. When I do things, I think about the different things that yoga has taught me and things I've learned at the studio. I'm one of those people, like Donna said, I got my teacher's certification in 2017. I don't practice. I mean, I won't say I don't teach like a lot of people and go out and teach. When I decided to do the certification, I did it for me. Um, I was I wanted to learn more. Donna had taught me so much, and I just was like, "What more is there? You know, I want more." And so I decided to do the certification. But for anybody, I would recommend coming to the boot camp. Try it one time. There's lots of parts of it. It's 21 days. And Donna used to tell us that if you have a bad habit or something you want to stop, if you can stop it for 21 days, most of the time you can overcome it. And so, another little word of wisdom from her, things I've learned over the years. um, but um, I have truly enjoyed it. It's been inspirational. My children have been to the studio. When my daughter comes to town, she used to would try to come and practice. My son has come over the years, and uh, the studio is like a family. All of us, a lot of people have been there for years and years. We come, we go, life gets complicated, but we always come back home. And that's what the studio is. It's home and family. That's what it means to me.
Amen. Amen. And I second that. It is definitely home and family. Like, there are a lot of yoga studios out there, and I'm not gonna say some of these studios are bad or good. It's what you need, right? The different
Hmm.
studios have different offerings, and if you choose a studio, it's because it's what you need. It suits you, and if it doesn't suit you, you move to a different studio. This
True.
studio, though, is where I call it home, because I don't. need anything outside of this for my yoga practice because this community of yogis is exceptional. The teacher, Diana, is exceptional. All the teachers are exceptional. And it really is great yoga. And it's like foundational yoga, something that you build
Hmm.
upon. Like you said, Rachelle, like you got there, you learned something, and then you were like, well, let me learn more. And it's just a warm, loving community. And everything is accessible. That's another thing that I love. People say, well, I can't do yoga. And I'm like, you know what? You just got to come and you got to try. And all the teachers give postures, but they give modifications to it. And Diana is great at that too. I mean, it's just really a lovely place to be. So I'm very thankful that I've been able to practice there, like so many other yogis who've come over the years and just call it home.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, Donna, we love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
We do. We love you. And this 21-day boot camp, y'all, it's the real deal. Like I said, I've done it. And, the first time that I did it, my only goal was to make it every 21 days. That was it. Was
Yeah.
just to get out of bed and make it every 21 days. And I did. And I was super proud of myself. And so I'm going to do it again. This time, I'll probably doing more of the online version because Diana's going to offer it in person at the studio, but you can also do it online, right? And so for me, that works better for my schedule. So I'm going to do the online version. And I have to say, the orientation was this morning, and I looked at the orientation, and Diana's running down, the things that we're gonna do. And one of the first things is you're gonna eliminate some things from your diet. And if we're honest, all of us know there's something that we should be eliminating. And so
Yeah.
Diana's one of the things that she put on there was caffeine. And y'all, I was like, now I need my tea in the morning, Diana. So, and I'm like, am I gonna have to switch to decaf? I guess so, because I'm gonna do this thing, and I might kind of get into it slowly. Like might have some of my decaf, and then eventually wean off a little bit because it's 21 days, so I feel like I got some time to get it right. What do you say to those people who are like, hey, I need some modifications. I don't know if I can do this. How can they modify it for their life?
You know what? You cannot do it. You can try to be as clean as you possibly can because it's a personal thing. I'm not the one to say you have to do this or you have to do that. You know what you need to do and how you need to do it. If you sit down and go somewhere and get quiet, let the universe tell you what's next in store for you because I'm not the one. Just like myself personally, I'm diabetic and protein is really an important part of my diet. So during the boot camp, I always eat eggs, because that's what I need for my system. Now, well, and I'm saying no animal products, but for me and my need for protein, then and the least I could do is continue and take everything else out, but still have eggs. And I think eggs are uh that works for me because you can tell when your diet has cleansed your palate, when you can start tasting chemicals in your food. And
Yep.
that happens during boot camp and after boot camp. You're eating so cleanly that when you eat something that is toxic, you know immediately that it is. And the boot camp also lets you know when you're going into a yoga posture and you're trying to do an advanced option, your body immediately gives you feedback on that. And that's why I'm always when I teach, I don't practice because I am observing and seeing what that person needs at that given moment. If you don't want to listen to me, that's fine. But I do have years of experience and I'm trying my very best to give you my very best so that you can try to be your best self.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. So, clean eating is what you're going to get at this boot camp, right? So, you're going to drop down the list of things to try to avoid or things that, we should be trying to eat more of, whether it's, fresh foods, whole foods. And we all know that that's good for us. So, cleaning out our systems is good. And then you're going to tell us about a particular thing to eat, right? Tell me about the kitchery, right? Because I know before we went out to the grocery store, the first time I did it to buy items to make this kitchery. Tell us about kitchery and what the benefits are, because this is one of the things that she's going to ask boot camp attendees to add to their diet.
Well, this is an ancient recipe that developed in India. And right now, if you go there, if a baby's sick or elder sick or just a regular person sick, the first thing they do is they put them on khichdi. Khichdi is so high in fiber and high in minerals and everything that you need in order to help yourself cleanse that by the time I mean, even eating the khichdi, you start feeling healthier. And then you eat it with different vegetables and things, but it's mung dal and brown basmati rice. And
Mhm.
Mm.
it's amazing. On its own, it doesn't have much flavor, so you're the one that seasons it. There are a couple of astringent seasonings that are included that we don't take out, which is like cilantro and coriander. But these are things that you might put in your food anyway. So it's a really healthy meal. We also do a fast for 48 hours, and we're drinking this Ayurvedic tea that's about 2,000 years old. So we are delving into history. We're taking advantage of centuries of people actually testing this on themselves in different regions, and we bring it in for ourselves so that we can take advantage of that knowledge.
I love it. It's this old, this ancient knowledge, and it's got a name, right? What we're doing, the Panchakarma. Can you tell us about the Panchakarma and what it
Panchakarma
means?
means 5 ways. So we use 5 ways of detoxing. We've got the detox yoga practice, we got the whole food eating, we've got pranayama, we've got skin therapy, and we have journaling. And in actual Panchakarma list, they do bloodletting, but I decided that journaling was much better than letting out blood. So
Yeah, I would not have
things might
signed
need to
up
stay in the
for,
past.
for the bloodletting. No, thank you. I like to keep my blood. But tell us about the yoga. So how does this detox yoga that you're doing for the boot camp differ from, the yoga we might do at any other class during the year?
Well, the emphasis is on bringing your body to a certain internal temperature. So there's a lot of strength work. And then we have to do postures that impact the digestive system and the metabolism. And we get that through balanced postures and through twists. So it's a sequencing that I do that builds you up. Because what I do, like for instance, we call it a core posture, which is the most difficult one. It has several risk factors involved in it. Before I do a core posture, I'm going to do 5 other postures that are related to that core posture, but in a minimalist type of way, so that you're preparing your body to do the core posture so that when you do get to that point, it's going to be easier for you to do it. I remember when I first started, I'm a Vini yoga teacher, and it's called the yoga of adaptation. And I had been teaching power yoga class at the downtown Y in Dallas. And after my training, I came back and a girl said, well, your class isn't as hard as it used to be. And I said, no, we're still doing all the same postures. It's just that I have them sequenced in a way that you move smoother through your body. And so it makes a huge difference in how you sequence. And the sequence is also a big part in why this is called detox and not just a regular traditional yoga practice.
Y'all, she's deep. She is deep. She is telling, I mean, knowledge. This is knowledge. She's kicking out knowledge. You can't just go to any person who's like, I teach yoga. Mm, it's a lot of people who teach yoga. And I'm not trying to throw shade, but there is different levels of like knowledge when it comes to your yoga teacher. And Diana is the real deal. She just told you about sequencing and how what seemed harder before, actually she made it easier because she allowed people to open up their bodies in a way that made it easier for them to reach the postures that she wanted them to reach later on in the class instead of like diving straight in, because that can be dangerous. And so I love that Diana is always teaching in a way that is really safe and allowing us to modify and to do what's right for our bodies. Love that. Now, when you say core posture, can you tell us a little bit more about, you mean core as in like the core of the body, or like the core posture, the main posture that was sort of like the peak posture of the class? Or maybe it's a
It's a
combination of both.
it's a peak posture. And it could involve the core, but that's just incidental. So if there are many risk factors to oppose, you need to get all of those parts of your body ready to do it. One time a woman told me that she went into class and the first thing they did was headstand. Now they call headstand the king of all postures because you have to use every single muscle in your entire body to do a headstand. So you don't just go into a class and go into headstand because when did you strengthen your core? What did you do to open up your shoulders? What have you done in order to get in the right part of your head on the floor? And in order to do that, you might need to have your hamstrings loosened up, or even your soleus muscles have to be prepared. And even to the fact that you need to be able to point your toes. So your ankles need to be ready. So you've got all of those different parts of your body that have to be prepared before you should safely go into a headstand.
Yes, wisdom right there. Wisdom. Safety, safety first. Safety first.
Always,
Safety
always.
first. Yeah.
And we always say, I can't do that yet.
Yes. Yes. And there are a lot of poses that I cannot do yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a journey. It's a
do it.
journey.
Oh, it's
It
totally,
is.
totally. Yeah. And just like the boot camp, it's a journey, 21-day journey. And I'm looking forward to it. I think one of the things I'm also looking forward is to journaling, because I'm pretty bad at journaling. Like, I don't do it as often as I would like to. And so I'm really excited about that as well. Rochelle, what are some of the things that you're excited about for boot camp this time?
Well, normally for me, I'm like you. The journaling really helps me because for years, even before I came to Diana studio when I was younger, I used to journal. And then after having kids, your life gets busy, you get away from that. And when boot camp starts, it always brings journaling back to me. And it brings back a sense of gratitude with the journaling because every morning you have to set a mantra. And it's that setting the mantra that makes you realize how grateful you are for the different things you have in your life. Sometimes we take that for granted. And, she'll say every day when we get ready to start, what's your mantra? And most of the time when I'm driving to the studio, I'd be thinking, or the night before, I would have picked out what my mantras for that morning is going to be. And when we start and we're saying our mantra and all of that, it makes me realize most of the time when I pick out a mantra, um, I do it for different things. Sometimes I'm when things are going on in the world, I may be asking for peace for the world or peace for myself, or my mantras may center around that, but they always center around whatever's going on at the moment. And I always realize at the end of the day, it brought me, it made me think of gratitude, what I have in my life and the things I'm grateful for. Um, that and the diet, I really enjoy. A lot of people, when it comes to the 48-hour detox, they go like, oh, 48 hours. But Donna makes it easy on you. She will tell you, if you're struggling with that, trying to go through the 48 hours drinking nothing but tea, um, the special tea that we make, and then water or things like that, like she tells you, don't stress your body. If you know what your body needs, if you're someone who like have low blood sugars or different things, if you know you need that, the first time we did it, the very first time I did boot camp, I did everything to the T, all the way down to rubbing the ghee on the bottom of my feet every night. And my whole family thought I wasn't going to be able to go without coffee. And I'm a coffee addict. But I did that the first 3 days. Yes, had little withdrawals and everything. But after that, and now If I choose to go without something, I don't feel the stress of it. I could go, oh, I don't have to have coffee. That doesn't bother me anymore. And now I can do that. That first boot camp taught me that you think there are things in your life you can't turn loose of, but yet you can. And so I always love that, and the diet, and the journaling. Those are my favorite things. And the fact of when you get up in the morning, um, like I said, I followed it to the T. I would get up, shower, come practice. And it's like a repetition of all the stuff that they have you do during the boot camp. It makes a repetition and set these goals for yourself. And at the end of boot camp, we have the week where we say you give up something, pick something you give up. And yeah, I'm a bad TV person. So I would give that up. That
Your
was more
shows, your streaming.
that was more of a struggle than the coffee, and that's hard to believe, but it was. uh, but I'm just saying, the whole boot camp, you just have to experience the whole thing. If you're the type of person who likes to try something new that you never experienced before, and you're looking for a change in your life, then I'm gonna say come to the boot camp, because you're gonna find it. It's every boot camp, there's something you will take away. And trust me, over 16 years, I don't done it so many times, but yet every time I have something to take away from that boot camp.
That's lovely. That is absolutely lovely. Something to take away from the boot camp and also something to leave because as I understand and I've participated in, there's a burning ceremony also at
There
the
you
end
go.
of boot camp where you get to leave something behind, release. Can you tell us about that, Diana?
Well, we are as and when we're ending the boot camp, there's no better way than ending it than to release something that no longer serves you. There's a lot of things going on in your life, and some of these things serve you in a good way. Some of them, my teacher always said, ask yourself, is it helpful or not helpful? These things in your life that are not helpful, we pick at least five of them and we burn them and release them. And some people have said, Rochelle's one of them. I had to burn that one several times before it took.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Light it up.
but
Light it up again.
you light up, it didn't work. So we're gonna light up. But getting rid of something that no longer serves you, and you think, well, that should be easy to let go, but it's not because it becomes a habit.
Hmm.
Even though you know it's not good for you, you still persist. But when you say, I'm going to burn this, that sets an intention for something else to happen in your life than to keep going on with the same old, same old.
Setting intentions. This is powerful. The whole practice is powerful, just as you explain it. As Rachelle has talked about the benefits that she received, it is tremendously powerful. Like setting like a morning mantra, setting intentions, the willpower, the discipline, the mental clarity you get from the pranayama, and also I'm sure the clarity you get because you've detoxed, right, your body.
Mhm.
So releasing some of that sluggishness, some of that brain fog, perhaps, all those things that hold you back and at the end really like setting something aflame, right? And I love that. I when I set mine, when I did the boot camp, I'm gonna tell you, I don't even remember what I let go. And in my mind, I don't remember what it was that I let go because it is gone.
There you go.
I don't even remember it.
Yes,
Like it's that far
queen.
gone. Like that's what I'm claiming and manifesting every time I do the boot camp. Like I burn up stuff and don't even remember what it was because it is that gone. Wrapping up, what would you ladies say to anyone who is on the fence, who's thinking, yeah, this sounds good, but I don't know if it's for me? What would you tell them about the boot camper? Encourage them to come on out and try it because I do want people to try this, even if you just do it online, like the first week, or even if you're imperfect in it. I think you should try it, because it is definitely a transformational journey. What would you ladies say?
I would say, yeah. If you're on the fence about it, like I was saying earlier, and you're looking for something different, if you're feeling stagnant, that's a good word. If you're feeling stagnant in your life and you feel like you're at a standstill, the boot camp is something I can recommend that will get you out of your comfort zone, out of your rut. Apply something different to yourself. Sometimes, if you feel like you're stuck in your life, your career, or whatever's going on for you, um, you can't, you're going to stay there if you don't move and do something. So come on out to the boot camp. Like she said, it's online. If you don't feel like you can make it to the studio every morning at 6 o'clock, then come online and do the boot camp. Either way it goes, you're going to have a benefit. Whether you feel like you can make it through the whole 21 days, if you miss a day, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up about it, as Dinah say. Get back on the horse the next day, show up. So there's no right or wrong to it, because no matter how many days you get, those are good days, if you even if you can't make it through all 21. Any efforts that you put towards doing any part of the boot camp can only help you. It won't hurt you. That's what my thoughts are.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, it's online and there are also replays. Like I said, I'm not getting up at 6 a.m. to do this boot camp. I love you, Diana. You know I do.
Well,
I
we
can't
all
get up
have
at
those
6.
internal, some of us are, I'm like, my family are all late night people, and I'm always up going, hello. They're like, shut up. But I'm happy that we're able to record. And I've got some people that are not in this country. And Yetia is the one who brought all of this extra newfangled stuff to me because I'm an OG. I'm like, oh, I don't want to work on computers, but she's made it really easy because she has brought this to me, and now I'm able to bring it to other people. So thank you, Anietia.
You're
Yeah.
welcome. I just I know how great it is, and I'm like, you know how when you get something really good or something, and you're like, hey, have you tried this? Come taste it. You know when you walking
Yeah.
around and you're
You
telling
want
people
to
about
share?
something, you want to share good stuff. So I'm like, you got to get this out, Diana. People have got to come. So what else would you tell Diana, people, Diana, about coming out or doing it online or joining if they're on the fence?
Well, how bad do you want to let go of your bad habits? That's what I want to say. And we all have them, but this
Yeah.
is a surefire way for you to release all of those things that you're holding on to that are not helping you. Is it helpful or not helpful? The next time you pick up a donut, say that to yourself. Is this helpful or not helpful? But no, seriously. Uh, that's a good thing to try. And if you go into it and you don't like it, then you can just decide I'm not going to come back. But then your body's going to say, doing yoga 5 days a week does it changes you.
Yeah.
And it changes you in a good way because your body gets so strong and so flexible, and your mind has the clarity to open you up for creativity, for joy. It opens for grace. These are things that you get from a regular yoga practice, and just try it. And I think you won't be on the fence much longer after that.
Absolutely. So well said. So well said. Clarity, joy, grace, releasing bad habits, creating new good habits. Sounds fantastic to me. So thank you both. Thank you so much, Diana. Thank you so much, Rachelle. I certainly appreciate you talking with me and letting everyone know how cool the boot camp is in so many different ways. And if you'd like to sign up or learn more about it, you can reach out to Diana. Diana, how can people get in touch with you? You got an email or how can they reach out to you?
Yes, I've got an email. It's diana@dianaschoolofyoga.com. And that's exactly the way it's written out. There's only one N in Diana, and then there's two S's. So you can email me, you can text me, which might be even easier, at 817-909-6544. So either of those two ways probably texting might be easier. I don't know, but whatever's easier for you, just give it a try.
See, she's a fantastic yoga teacher. She didn't give you one way to do anything. She gave you a modification. She makes it
That's my
easy on you,
life.
right?
Yes.
Like some people are like, I need to email. Some people are like, I need to send a text. I can't, and she's like, I got more than one way for you. I'm modifying for you. So fantastic. Well, thank you, ladies. I certainly appreciate you joining me here today. And I will see you both at boot camp. All
Bye.
right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.